show, the fast 5 things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly, it's the toast. I sound amazing.
Welcome back to the toast. Happy Monday.
You know what? It's not an entirely terrible Monday. Do you want to know why?
Because it's the Monday of the week that you're coming to New York.
And this is our last week doing remote pen pal podcasting until September.
Until I'm a mother.
So let's enjoy this week.
Okay.
Next week is going to be so fun because we'll be podcasting together and we have so much fun stuff planned. And that's a different sort of fun. But like last week of routine, last week of
regularity.
What's the word? Like comfort, habit.
Habit, yeah. Like the reg.
I love habit. As I love change too, but I also love habit.
Nobody loves habit more than me.
That's true.
And speaking of habits, one I found myself in this weekend, heavily inspired by my sister Jackie, because I do listen to my sister, and I feel as though I've proved that like time and time again, but sure.
No, and definitely the window's getting shorter from like time I tell you about something to time that you do it, because this was record time.
Okay, but like, who are you, Stalin? I have to do it the second you say. Like, I did it.
When you're watching a show and you're like raving about it and you're talking about it on this show, I feel the need to watch it. If I'm gonna watch it, I feel the need to watch it like right now so we can talk about it together.
It's literally still airing. We are talking about it together.
Were you getting season finale vibes from the last episode?
No,
because there was no like next week on.
By the way, we're talking about
the greatest show on earth, Paul American.
This is the greatest show.
What
and
do
let me tell you,
think?
I've never seen a show like this in my life. Like, you guys. And when Jackie was saying it, I'm like, she's seriously so weird. Like, and I'm not a Paul Brothers fan. I obviously know them. I don't keep up with them. I'm not their intended audience for their content or their brands. Let me tell you, the show has infiltrated every crevice of my brain. I thought it would be a good thing to watch with Ben, because I know he finds them really interesting too, especially like their business acumen.
Yeah.
You cannot deny how really smart they are. They don't get enough credit for, they're both worth like almost $200 million each. Like, it's insane. So I knew Ben would like that. And I just wasn't expecting to learn so much about their family dynamic and them as people, and like literally fall in love with Jake Paul. Like, I'm sorry, it's the Jake show. I have so many thoughts on every single character, but like they pale in comparison to my king, Jake. Jake and Utah, like if I don't get invited to their wedding, seriously kill me. I'm obsessed with Utah. And I think that like we all think we know Jake Paul, right? Like he's Jake Paul, like, oh. The fact that he has fallen in love with this like deeply accomplished, driven woman, when like, you know, guys like that, all women are great.
Models.
But yeah, like he has chosen a life with someone who needs to live in the other side of the world for 10 months out of the year. Like, I don't know. I think there's so much more to Jake Paul, especially he seems like a really healed person. Like he didn't mention therapy, and I know he does like ayahuasca and spiritual like Reiki and stuff, but these are things I never would have thought or said. He's a deeply emotionally intelligent person.
Yeah, he did mention therapy, that he started therapy. Yeah, especially in the episode I watched last night, which feels like the season finale, episode 6. He does ayahuasca with his dad. It's all about like how they grew up. It's like an emotional episode. And what I appreciate about the show is that they're giving everything to the show. Like,
yes.
They're not skimping. They're not saying, you know, we're not going here. They're airing it all out because they want this show to like have the best chance of success.
They're very committed to this show. It's not just like a thing for them to do.
I feel like if I were them, it's like, if we're going to do it, let's do it. And it has to be different from their other content. It can't just be like the highlight reel. That's their Instagram. That's their YouTube. Like, It has to go deeper. So there's no point in doing it if it's just going to stay on the surface. So they really went everywhere. They leave in like all these cancelable quotes from people, even though they obviously at this point can't be canceled. As Logan said, the show could be canceled, but they can't be.
By HBO, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very raw.
And like whatever the experience that I'm having with Jake Paul, I'm having like the opposite with Logan. Like the thing is, you're either a Jake or a Logan girl, and I'm such a Jake girl. And again, I didn't really know. I knew a little bit of like when they moved to LA, they ended up like drifting apart, the whole Alyssa Violet thing. But it's obviously much deeper than that. And it still like sort of rings, but they had that big fight about the podcast. I was so
Mike Tyson.
Jake. Oh yeah, what he said on the podcast.
Yeah, like who's he gonna fight next? Muhammad Ali.
I'm so team Jake. Like that was so rude.
Yeah.
so there are these like lingering brotherly issues that I feel like Logan is like kind of that toxic, stereotypical, like doesn't want to talk things through, you know, not deep type of person. Whereas Jake is like very embraces that sort of like girlier side of himself.
Sensitive.
Yeah, and it's like really sweet to see this like big boxer like want to have those conversations, but it's like talking to a brick wall with Logan. And I think Logan is trying hard and caring a lot about how he's perceived on the show. I think Jake is really being himself, and so Logan is trying to be authentic and open and honest and say things that like, you know, I shouldn't say this out loud, but and it's like, no, actually, you shouldn't say that out loud. Like some of the things he was saying, I'm like, that's not you being open and honest. That's just like kind of a window into like you being really fucked up. Like a lot of the conversation about the fact that he was having a daughter, like I get it. Gender disappointment is totally valid. And my God, let it go. Like months later, the baby's about to be born and we're still talking about it. Like it was a little much. I found his scenes, and his scenes are more in line. Like I'm going through the same thing him and Nina are right now. Like you would think that is, no, I was like seriously about to skip. I'm like, give me Jake and Utah or give me nothing.
It's so funny because while I was watching, I didn't have such like a different opinion of Jake and Logan. I'm just like the Paul brothers. And I thought about how they fight, and like there's definitely like this undercurrent that they try to stay above.
Do you think it's like a jealousy?
Yeah, I think it's what they call sibling rivalry, you know, and like how everybody always talks about sibling rivalry as if it's like a universal experience. And we always say like, we just don't feel that way. But I think that that's like what that is.
But do you like, I feel like how I was receiving it was that there's like an element of jealousy coming from Logan.
But it's not it's not because Jake is even like that much more successful than like
he's not.
Yeah, they both have very big things going on. Maybe Jake, I think I checked maybe he has a couple 100,000 more Instagram followers, but it's like negligible, the difference in success. So what is he?
Logan's net worth is higher.
What would he be jealous of?
I don't know, like just that it's a younger brother. I don't know, but that's just sort of the vibe I was getting. I also found it very interesting that like Logan shows up 100% for Jake. Like every press conference, every weigh-in, every fight. And Jake was not there for any of his like big WWE stuff. Like the whole family, they go to everything, which I loved. It's like Nina goes to Jake's fights. Like everybody's so supportive. But Jake, and maybe it's because he was like training for a fight. You can't be like traveling or whatever. But he like doesn't show up for Logan.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. But I also feel like Jake has a fight once or twice a year, maybe 3 times. And Logan in the WWE is like maybe doing that every weekend at a certain point. So it's like, of course they're going to go to 3 fights out of the year. And they're
but the big one in Cleveland with the big with the big jump. With the big
where
flip.
was Jake?
Right, he wasn't there, but the whole family was.
Yeah, that is weird. It does feel like Jake's stuff is more important.
But like it is.
Yeah, no, but maybe
it's just higher stakes.
Maybe everyone's like fine with that.
Maybe. I need more. Like I need more. I thought the whole season was out. I'm like cruising through the episodes, and it's like, oh, new episode just released. Here's your last one. Excuse me?
No, yeah, it's episodic every Thursday, and I don't know. I feel like that might have been the end of the season, or maybe like part 1.
No way.
There was no next week on. They started serving me up like some Belushi show.
Yeah, you know, I got Belushi too.
Yeah, they're trying to like launch Belushi off the back of Paul.
No, you guys, the Paul show is the best show I've literally ever seen. I love them or hate them, or I feel like I felt ambivalent about them before. Like it is such a window into such an interesting lifestyle, and I knew they were wealthy. Their quality of life, like it's insane.
Yeah.
Like the planning of the wedding.
So what I was saying is before you watch, I was like, oh, the Paul brothers, like my opinion of them was just like the same. And then you were like, no, I love Jake. I hate Logan. And so you've successfully like made me hate Logan. Because when I watched the last 2 episodes, everything you said.
I didn't make you hate anyone. Logan made you hate Logan.
No, but like I was able to see them apart. But also the 5th or 6th episode really
shows how different they are.
It was more about their differences as brothers.
And, you know, I have to tell you who put me on to like really point. So I was DMing with Girl Boss Town. She was like, I'm obsessed with the show. And she was like, they're really they mirror their parents a lot. And I think that like Logan is much more like in the image of his father. And Jake is much more like his mom, like very sensitive. And the mom is so sweet. And I'm sorry, like when they were talking about the divorce and how like the mom, how Greg made sure everyone knew, the kids knew, mom cheated. Like she didn't cheat, first of all. Like she fell in love. And I just like hated Greg so much. And I see a little bit of his like narcissism in Logan. And I see a lot of like the mom's sweetness in Jake and like very innocent.
They said that like Nina will sometimes be like to Logan, like your Greg is showing. What'd you think about Nina and Logan?
I think that what I thought of them before the show might have been a little bit more idyllic. I was like, oh, look at this Logan, this like meathead falling in love, having a baby. And he's obviously changed. And then you watch the show, I'm like, no, he hasn't changed. He's just Logan. And she just like puts up with it.
She's so patient. No, but she finds him so funny. Like she's always laughing at his jokes. She's so patient, like every dumb thing.
I mean, she would have to.
Yeah, I know. But like I don't think she's faking it. Like I think they like really are in lockstep. I think they're really cute. And I think she's such a value add for the show.
Agreed, but I'm sorry, like Utah over here. Like I die for Utah, and that drama with her speed skating team.
Oh my! Like, I hadn't seen that when you told me that you loved Utah, so I didn't know like all the backstory about her. And she's
kind of a warrior.
She is. She's going for Olympic gold at the 2026 Olympics, so we will be watching and cheering on Utah.
You're going to catch my ass being so invested in the 2026 Winter Olympics, speed skating specifically.
No, and she needs to win gold so that like her journey can be complete and she can settle down with Jake.
And she said, like, I know, like, every time I'm with my family, like, I am leaving. Like, I need to get through the season and win and accomplish my goals. But, like, I am leaving to be with Jake. Like, it's literally Romeo and Juliet. I'm fucking obsessed with them.
No,
like,
and when they went to, I know this, like, typically we would clown on this, but when they went to Puerto Rico to do, or Costa Rica to do ayahuasca, and they went down to the beach and they started doing a workout together. And they were, like, building, like, they were just using the elements, like the sand and the rocks and the sticks.
No,
it was so cute.
When they left the ayahuasca ceremony and he was like, how amazing was that? And she was like, I didn't feel anything.
No,
like that's the type of woman she is. Like, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I actually appreciated that because I feel like everyone who does ayahuasca, like the handful of people are like, it's life-changing. And it's like, well, so everyone who would do it, like, would just come out a completely different person? Like, no, you have to be a certain type of person. So Utah felt nothing. Greg was unmoved.
Like, against it.
You know, he tried. I do feel like he tried, but like, no, he didn't come out of it with the opposite perspective of Jake, where it was like, yes, I did those things. You know, and I really feel like Jake's expectations were so high for that.
There's no way that it was the season finale. I'm going to be so upset.
Yeah.
I had a dream about
I don't
the Paul
want to start
brothers.
any rumors. Wait, let's just like look at their Instagram and see if they're like season finale.
All right, let me just ask chat. Like, how many episodes of American, what's it called? Of Paul American are on the first season on HBO? Chat is saying.
Okay, Jake like doesn't post about Paul American. Cool.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. He only posts about his deodorant.
W.
Oh my God.
What?
The season finale is scheduled for May 15th, episode 7. So episode 8.
Okay, so we have 2 more episodes.
But that's seriously not enough episodes. I thought we were going to get the Tyson fight.
Maybe
like,
we will.
I like that the show moves quickly, like months at a time. It's not like today and tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I think if we can use our platform, because the Paul brothers definitely need our support in this. They don't have enough influence. So if we could use our platform to get people to watch the show, then maybe HBO will give them a season 2 faster.
We need multiple seasons. I need a live stream, you guys. I need to inject it in my veins. It's the best show I've ever seen. And I was in a real like low after. Like, what do we watch?
I know. Oh, well, I'm still passively watching Full Swing. I'll turn it on, watch 30 minutes. I'm enjoying it.
It's not
but it's definitely the opposite sort of pace.
Yeah.
As
PA.
I
just want to say, like, congrats. You found an amazing show. And I never would have given it a chance had you not championed it. Because, like, I obviously, like everybody else, I think, like, the Paul brothers, it's not for me. Like, and it's interesting. Like, their demographic is like actual teenage boys. Like, it's seriously not for me.
I wouldn't be surprised if their actual fans like don't tolerate the show because it's like not enough antics, not enough. They're talking about their feelings,
pranks.
No.
No, also, like, what high school boy watches reality TV? They don't.
Well,
like, this is for the swirlies.
Like Venn diagram, high school boys, swirlies, Paul brothers show.
Yeah, and no, it's like they're definitely appealing to a new demographic, like talking about raising families and falling in love. Like, it's their feelings. Like, it's a mature, sort of elevated outlet for them.
Yeah.
Jackie, I could actually write like a fucking dissertation on the two brothers. It's like that's what you were saying. Like, they're being so real and open on the show. Like, I know them. Like, I literally know them.
Yeah, they're doing a good job at being reality stars, but I really do feel like they're giving it their all. Like, even when he's coming off his ayahuasca, like the part that plays after the credits, And he was like talking about Logan, what things that he saw about Logan in his ayahuasca trip. And he was like, Logan, we have to do an amazing reality show.
No, also, like, Logan's so corny. Like, that's kind of the word I would use to describe Logan. Like, when they were in the first episode, when he made that, like, PowerPoint presentation to convince Nina to, like, hop on board for the reality show, like, I was just like, corny. Like, I was not into it at all. I was like, I'm like a kind of a hater from, like, minute one.
I feel like maybe I haven't noticed whatever Logan's doing, because, like, in that scene, I just couldn't believe I was watching, like, Nina act out on a reality show, dated Leo, and now she's sitting on the couch with her hair up, like, cracking up at Logan Paul. I just couldn't believe what I was watching.
Got it. Well, why don't you rewatch it through the lens of being a hater, and you'll see a lot. There's a lot to say.
Well, I did watch the last 2 episodes through that lens, and I understood what you were saying.
So, like, you influenced me, and then I influenced you right back.
Yeah, it's true.
It's such a good show. I highly recommend. Thank you, Jackie. Like, so good.
You're so welcome. Did Ben like it?
Loved. Oh, cracking up at, like, Jake is funny too, right? When they're on the date, he's like, this feels like love on the spectrum. And then she was like, do you think we'll be together forever? He was like, yeah, and I'll find you in the next lifetime. She's like, but what if I'm an ugly boy? And he's like, then I'll be gay. Like, he's fucking funny. I'm sorry. Like, there's a reason, like, people are into them. And I get it. Like, I totally get it.
Totally.
Highly recommend.
Okay, we're using our platform today. Raise your voice, Cogers.
Oh, you want me to raise my voice?
I do.
Caballo bay, senza di te, That's literally the cringiest scene in cinematic history.
I actually rewatched it a few weeks ago via Instagram Reels. Shout out to whoever
and it was worse.
Plucked it out of obscurity. It's awful, Claudia. It's awful.
And everybody's like, she's really good. Cringealicious definition. And it's literally like Loki Aiden is her teacher, Aiden Shaw. And he's like, wow.
Wow, get me out of here.
It was like, seriously, I identify so much with, like, the villain in that film, the girl with the curly blonde hair. Like, no, Hilary Duff, scram. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, not okay. Not okay. Oh my God. We have stories today, and they're
good. It was a big weekend. Lots going on this weekend. Like,
it's the first Monday in May.
It's the what?
It's okay, our Wi-Fi cut out, but, like, seriously, that was funny. It's the first Monday in May.
It's the first Monday in May, and that's not even what I was talking about for this weekend, but it is the first Monday in May. But, like, a lot of activations, like Kentucky Derby, F1, Kentucky Derby and F1.
The what? Kentucky Derby and F1. No, and a lot of people, like, flocked to New York, too, so a lot of celebrities were in New York, and I'm, like, seriously stalking Alex Earl. I don't think she's in New York, even though I could see her, like, wanting to surprise us, like, not sharing any of it and putting it on her vlog. Mm-hmm. But do we think Alex Earl, there's, like, a couple of big questions when it comes to the Met Gala right now.
Taylor and Travis.
For me, Taylor and Travis. Kylie and Timothy. What's Kylie and Timothy? For me, is Alex Earl going to the Met Gala?
Okay, so I would say these are the odds. Highest odds, Kylie and Timothy. Second highest odds,
Alex Earl.
Third highest, Travis and Taylor.
Taylor's also, like, not in a public-facing moment.
Yeah, but, like,
she'd be kind of coming out of
Yeah. Maybe drop some, like, rep Easter eggs. Everyone's hungry for some eggs.
Yeah. Travis is in New York.
I know. He was filming a commercial in New York, but everyone's saying, like, that means nothing. Stop being stupid.
It does mean nothing. You should stop being stupid. Oh my God, wait. Speaking of being stupid, I watched American Idol last night, which I enjoyed immensely. Like, being a boomer means the world to me. And it's such a good show. I'm sorry. Like, the quality of talent is, like, trash. But they brought in Miranda Lambert. She was, like, the guest mentor. And she really, like, she gave her all. I appreciated that. You know, she wasn't just giving, like, you should try this. Like, she was crying. She was loving.
Was she like, hoo-hoo?
Yeah, no, she went like this. Yeah.
Come Miranda.
So then when it was over, like, they just cut to whatever ABC was playing next. And they televised the Time 100 Gala, which I thought was so strange. We talked about it last week. It's like this big list. and they had a gala for all the recipients. And I guess like it was a ceremony, which I would have assumed. I thought it was more of a party, but they filmed the entire thing for TV. So it was like Snoop Dogg was the host. There were performances. They cut to Demi Moore. I literally turned it off after 5 minutes. It was like so bad. Like I appreciate them like giving us a window into that fabulous evening, but I don't know. It felt like it's not cool anymore. It's on ABC.
No, wasn't it a week ago?
Yeah.
So it wasn't live.
No.
That's weird.
It was so strange.
Like, just give us the Goldbergs and shut it.
Just give us the Goldbergs. Correct.
It's as simple as that.
Or Desperate Housewives reruns. Like, we're good.
Yeah, even though the show is ruined. Thanks, fam.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Marsh.
Thanks, Marsha.
Thanks, Marsh.
Marsha.
Literally.
Now, are you ready for the Fast 5 stories that you do need to know?
And the Fast 5 stories that you need to know, Jackie, are brought to you by Booking.com.
Yeah.
So listing your vacation rental on Booking.com opens the door to more guests. So Booking.com is one of the most downloaded travel apps in the world. That makes it the place to list your vacation rentals if you want to earn more with consistent bookings, reach new markets, and turn hosting into a steady income. Over the past 25 years, they've helped more than 1.8 billion vacation rental guests find places to stay. So why not help them find yours? So it's not just access to amazing guests. Booking.com also makes it easy for you to run your growing business. You can chat with guests, accept or decline bookings, and have total control over your property's calendar and finances. It's hosting on your own time. The best start is that it's super easy to get started. In less than 15 minutes, you can register your property, and nearly half of partners get their first booking within a week. Plus, if you're already listed on other sites, Booking.com makes it easy to just import your property information and get going right away. Listing a property on Booking.com is such a great way to make passive income. I know a lot of people start with one property and then two. It's just like a great way to build your business. So whether you're looking to earn a little extra income, fill vacant weekends, or just grow your business, head to Booking.com to see how you can get started today. Their reach is global, the bookings are consistent, and the control is yours. You also know you're getting a really good quality of guests, like the elk of shoppers on Booking.com. It's swirlies, you know? Like you're going to get probably a swirly staying at your property. So for the bookings you've dreamed of, list your property on Booking.com. Yeah. Today's episode is also brought to you by Game Time. They make getting tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app will actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. So with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, and their lowest price guaranteed, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying concert tickets and sporting events too. And I just want to say, I need Game Time to do less because they're making it too easy. And my husband is like, seriously, every night, look, should we get these tickets? Should we get these tickets? Ben wanted to go to Boston tonight because the Knicks are playing the Celtics. Like he's being so nuts. And Game Time is showing him like really pargy seats, pargy deals. He's like, we have to take this. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. I said, it's not. And you should go with a friend. So the best part of Game Time is their last minute deals. You can save up to 60% off buying last minute tickets for concerts, comedy, theater, sports, and more. They also have zone deals, so you can save even more when you choose a section, but then let Game Time choose the seats for you. Their all-in pricing is the best feature to toggle. It'll show you the total up front, so there's no surprise fees at checkout. You're also getting panoramic seat views from the seat that you're buying in the app before you buy. They offer the lowest price guaranteed, or they will credit you 110% of the difference. The Game Time ticket coverage is the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So you are covered. You can have peace of mind knowing that if you're going to like invest in a party evening, you know, Game Time's got your back. So take the guesswork out of buying concert and show tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code TOAST for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem our code TOAST for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. It's last minute tickets, it's lowest price, and of course, Jackie, what is it?
Guaranteed.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Thrive Cosmetics. So whether you're all about a simple mascara and a gloss, or you love to play with bold shapes and colors, there's always a trusty favorite that you use for every look. And let Thrive Cosmetics be that trusty favorite. They're certified 100% vegan and cruelty-free products that you can depend on. Everything from simple daily wear, show-stopping nights out with the swirlies. It's all made with clean, skin-loving ingredients, high performance and trademarked formulas, and uncompromising standards. I've been a Thrive Cosmetics fan and customer for years. Their tubing mascara is the best thing that ever happened to me. If you have struggle like holding a curl on your lash or getting your lashes to like stand up on their own, I happen to have really straight lashes. I love their Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. It has over 40,000 5-star reviews. It comes in 5 shades that last all day without clumping, without smudging, or without flaking. They really look like lash extensions, but you don't have damaging glue or salon prices or those toxic materials. Super easy to remove and really nourishing ingredients. Also, their Brilliant Eye Brightener, which is like their highlighter stick, is one of their best-selling products. It's great for shadowy, shimmery shadow looks. It's also great for an inner corner highlight if you like to put a little highlighter under your brow bone. Just super easy to get into those little detailed corners, and it's really pretty. So try your new trusty favorites with an exclusive set for our listeners. New customers can get the Liquid Lash Extensions mascara and a mini-sized Brilliant Eye Brightener at a special set price with free shipping available at thrivecosmetics.com/toast. Or save more with 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/toast. Thrive, CAUSEMETICS.com/toast for 20% off your first order.
Thank you, Turd.
You're welcome.
Our first story, Kentucky Derby 2025, Sovereignty won the big race. And what was interesting, I'm sure you saw about this year's Kentucky Derby, was that all horses in the race were descended from one Secretariat. Now, if you haven't watched Secretariat, it's time to stream Secretariat on Disney Plus and educate yourself.
1,000%. You will be shocked by the AJ Michalka of it all. Okay. It's a star-studded film. Of course, the grandma from Hannah Montana
movie, Diane
She's
Lane.
in it. Of course. Like it's, and you know what? You know what I think I'm just realizing? Hold on. Who plays the dad in Secretariat movie? Hold on.
Some guy.
Some guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Who's the actor?
I'm pretty sure. Let me just... Yes. So the husband in Secretariat is from Nip Tuck. I was just thinking because I was watching Nip Tuck the other day. No, and it was such a popular show, and it's like Ryan Murphy's like big first show, and those two main guys like so hot, like they never did anything ever again. You know, you never saw the actors. I didn't even know their names. And then I'm thinking, he's one of the doctors from Nip Tuck.
And then he is the no good husband, unsupportive husband, only there for the wins husband.
Good piece of shit, Drake Cup for Bissinapunum husband.
And what's funny is like he's not even the villain of the movie, but he is.
Yeah, it's not about him. But if you like are a rational woman watching the film, you can't help but get bogged down by this actual imbecile.
Yeah, like trying to tell Diane what to do.
Now, there were multiple events going on this weekend, like two big main ones. A lot of celebs, influencers,
cars
cool
racing versus horse racing.
Went to Miami to watch the cars race, and others went to Kentucky Derby to watch the horses race. Which did you think was more fun looking?
F1.
Really?
Yeah, I thought like everyone who was at F1 was like A-list elk caliber. Like, how do you even get there? Does the brand have to bring you? It's like, it seems like just the most exclusive ticket. And then Kentucky Derby, like I was seeing some strays. And then also, like, people start to look like it's a very fine line between like looking appropriate and looking like a clown.
Costume. Yeah, agreed. I thought it was interesting that Alex Earle opted for the Kentucky Derby. Like, she's the Queen of Miami.
That's true. But I was glad she was there to take me along at the Kentucky Derby.
So I will say, I thought like the actual event itself, like the Kentucky Derby looked a little bit more fun. Like you sit and you drink and you bet. Whereas like, I didn't actually see a lot of people at the F1. I just saw everybody at Carbone Beach, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Carbone Beach looked really sick.
Well, there were a lot of events in the weekend in Miami, but I just feel like...
But in terms of like the actual race...
And all the people who I saw who went to F1, like of the people that I follow, like wearing the cutest outfits they've ever worn.
Everybody showed up.
Yeah, everyone showed up. So I think that one. But Kentucky Derby's so cute, and maybe it was like a little bit cooler, like weather-wise. Mm-hmm. You get to wear a hat, and shady.
Do you think that the horse that won, Sovereignty, like kind of mimicking like a one-name wonder, starting with an S, Secretariat, like it's kind of, because I find the naming of the horses to be the most interesting. Like if I had a horse, obviously his name would be Turdy, or like like a play. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Like a play on something. But to just give it like a Madonna, like a one name starting with an S, it's like, well, obviously you're going to win.
Yeah. Well, he had 7-1 odds, and I'd like to see the other horse names because sometimes people name their horses like really stupid names, like lots of luck.
No, agreed. Like you want to lose.
Yeah. One name wonder. I agree. Like, I don't know.
Well, if you had
Tommy.
Okay. If you had a horse that you were putting forth in a big race, what would you name it?
The options are sort of limitless. I would have to get to know my horse, but I think I would feel inspired by Bruno. And so I think I would name him Brysand.
Okay, what about Foley?
Too feminine. Sorry.
What if it was a girl horse? Are any of the horses girls?
I think biology still applies to horses.
To horses? Does it? Like, are all the horses boys?
I'm pretty sure. Like, don't quote me on that, but if I was a betting woman, that's what I'd bet.
Even though you think their schlong would get in the way aerodynamically.
No, but they're like just taller and stronger and faster.
Yeah. No, I understand how biology works. Like, that was a crazy combo in American Paul. Why can't I say the name of the show? Paul American. When he's doing an interview and they're like asking him about like trans women in sports.
In women's sports.
And he like didn't want to answer, and his dad was like, "I'll answer." He's like, "Calm
Logan
down."
like creates a distraction so that he doesn't have to answer. But then he said, "No, I want to answer."
That
is a big topic in sports. And if Jake Paul's not going to answer that question, then who is Jake Paul?
No, it's true. Like, they thrive on that sort of controversy.
And he had really strong, like, he even talked about it later in the car. It was like he wanted to talk more about it. You know, he has strong opinions on it. Yeah.
So all that to say, congratulations to Sovereignty about trans women in sports.
In women's sports.
Honestly, if you really want to know, I think I value my career and I'm not getting involved. That's what I think.
That's what I thought that you would think.
Yeah, no, I love pop culture, and The Toast is an amazing show, and you guys should tune in every day. Yeah. And anyone can tune in. That's what's so great. We're non-gender exclusive, you know, unlike sports. Like, we don't have boundaries. Like, you can join. Anyone can be a swirly.
Anyone can be a swirly.
Swirly is a non-binary term.
That's true, but it does derive from girly swirly.
It definitely has feminine origins. Mm-hmm. However, when applied to modern times, anyone can be a swirly, and I really mean that.
That's very good, Claudia.
Thanks.
I think you've successfully walked the line.
I media trained my way right out of that question.
Well, congratulations to Sovereignty and anyone who won money, and to everyone who had a fun weekend there.
It looked great. Like, it looked fun, you know?
Yeah, it always does.
Love to see young people being hot and fun, honestly.
Yeah. No, that is what it was. Are you ready for our next story? Some really somber news.
Oh, my.
It seems as though the Peltz-Beckham feud is raging once again. David Beckham. Yeah, David Beckham.
Had a birthday party.
Yeah, and who wasn't there? Nicola and Brooklyn. And reports are swirling. David refused to celebrate his birthday with his son Brooklyn and Nicola amid bitter family feud. Claudia?
No. By the way, I'm saying the feud could be back on, but I do not believe, based on what I know about David Beckham, that he would not allow them to come.
So David Beckham reportedly refused to privately celebrate his birthday with Brooklyn and Nicola. The couple allegedly flew to London last week, David and Victoria, to honor David's birthday. No, or maybe Nicola. Sorry, that's confusing. I don't know who flew to London. Sources told TMZ that when Brooklyn and Nicola asked to meet up before his big birthday party, they were rebuffed. The duo were reportedly told their only option to celebrate David was at his soiree on Saturday at the Core restaurant in Notting Hill, which was like star-studded. Tom Cruise was there, Ana de Armas.
Yeah, I saw the Ana de Armas photos of her hiding and him, like, you know, cheesing so hard. Like, a man who makes you hide and he smiles for the paparazzi, like, ick, okay. And I saw this thing, I forget where I saw it. It was like, how is Tom Cruise dating Ana de Armas? Like, he doesn't entertain the idea of dating any woman who's not a part of Scientology. And it's like, well, if they are dating, and they are, she's probably already like a couple of steps in, you know, taking tours of the facilities, learning more about. And actually, the more I thought about it, it made a lot of sense, because what I remember hearing about Scientology as it pertained to John Travolta in a documentary that I saw was that when he decided to join, like, for no reason other than like probably curiosity, it was around the exact same time that his career really started to take off. And we weren't really alive or like socially conscious at the time, but like there was a time where he was like Jacob Elordi, right? Like
bigger.
Every movie Saturday, yeah, right.
Bigger.
Because there weren't a million Jacob Elordis. There was like one guy at the time, and he was that, and he attributes almost all of his current, modern, and past success to being, it's like the program worked. And so I think for a lot of people, they get involved for that reason. And actually, we were just talking about how like Ana de Armas like is kind of like
stalled.
Yeah. And so I could see that being an intriguing, or at least just a reason for her to, you know, take the tour.
Yeah.
And if something does start to pop off in her career, she will think it's because of Scientology, and
maybe it is.
And that's scary. Maybe it is.
Not because of like, the karmic energy, but because maybe there's Scientologists in high places, and if you become a Scientologist,
right,
like you can get a really great gig, maybe.
Right. They like lift up their own.
Yeah, perhaps.
So I thought the timing of like her star rising actually kind of makes sense, or star lowering actually.
Yeah, that's what I said about her glomming onto Tom to begin with.
Right, and maybe she's going to become a believer because we're all talking about her now.
No, not in a meaningful way, but
not yet.
But like it could work. The plan could work. It's like at least she has a plan.
I can't believe Tom Cruise was at that birthday party. Like,
no,
why?
They're best friends. So even in the Beckham documentary,
who?
David and Tom. Even in the Beckham documentary, when they moved to LA, they started hanging out with Tom and Katie.
You're right.
And then they became like Hollywood staples.
Right.
And I think that he's really good friends with Tom Cruise. And so honestly, that is a check in Tom's column because David seems like a stand-up guy.
No, I don't think it's a check in Tom's column. I think it's like one of, if not the only X in David's column.
Ooh.
Poor judge. Oh, unless, sometimes like people, and you know what? I feel like this happens a lot with famous people. Like we all think things about famous people, but like you have an experience with them. And what David Beckham's like, this guy was so nice to me when I moved to LA. I didn't know anyone. I'm going to hate him because the world tells me to. Like maybe he's just like a deeply like moral guy being like, well, I don't care what the world says about you. You were nice to me.
No, and like you are nice to me and we have a good friendship. What I should like throw away my friend because of what all these people I don't know say about him.
Right. I would implore David to do a little bit of research, but listen, who am I to judge?
Let's get back to the issue at hand.
Yes, no, I'm kind of avoiding.
Because I don't want to talk about Tom Cruise today because we talked about him last week and I feel set for the month.
It's enough. It's enough.
Once a month, I'm fine. But the duo reportedly told they could only come to the big birthday party. They couldn't celebrate privately, and they chose not to go and instead send him birthday wishes. So I think the fact that they were not at this huge party when they've been going to everything for one another. Victoria and David went to Nicola's Lola premiere for the movie that she wrote. Like they're going to back like once things have been good since Wedding Date, like they have been so supportive of each other. Even when there's a family gathering and Brooklyn and Nicola are not there, Victoria writes in the caption, "Missing Brooklyn and Nicola." Like they have been so strong, so that they were.
And I can't think of a reason why they wouldn't go. Right? Like they go to London a lot. Claudia, it's a big thing.
There's no way around the fact that they did not go, and that is because of contention. That is bad. It was his 50th birthday party. Like they definitely went to every, like blew it out. Like it's once in a lifetime and they were not there. So things have gone south again, which like makes me so upset because I thought we were safe.
I thought we were like over it. And I thought that like so much of the perceived wedding drama beef was like blown up in the public sphere, and like maybe there was a little bit of truth to it, but it wasn't that big of a deal and they got over it, yada yada.
No, and like weddings can be like dramatic and stressful, and you see the worst in people, and you could have a beef, but then if you have overcome it, then like it's not like there's another wedding, it's not going to happen again. Like everything is stable.
I just don't know, like if I married into the Beckham family, like you would not stop me from getting on that plane. Like they just seem, I'm sure every family has their intricacies and stuff, but like and I'm Nicola. Like I obviously want to be famous, right? I've been like actively pursuing a life in Hollywood for many, many years. Like why wouldn't I go to this big event? It's good for my career.
I don't know. And even like they took family photos before the party and all the other kids were there. And like the two sons, Romeo and Cruz, were with their girlfriends. The girlfriends are in the picture. They're very much a family. It's not like you have to like no ring, no bring.
It's not good.
The girlfriends are in the pictures. And sometimes like, they break up and then there's a new girlfriend and they are so welcoming. And she posts a picture with these random girlfriends.
That's very Kardashian of them.
Yeah. You would think it's like until you're married, like you're not, where I'm not, you can't be in the pictures. We'll have to crop you out. This girl's not even on the end.
Damn. I mean, this is not what I wanted to hear, honestly. I hadn't even thought much about these four. I thought like it was settled and we're good. Maybe it's not the best relationship with in-laws ever, but it's good and it's fine and it works. And I liked seeing little glimpses of them together. And like the fact that we don't get the four of them like ever just out and about, like how sick would that be? Just like paparazzi pictures of them like leaving dinner.
She went to, Nicola and Brooklyn went to the show, Victoria's show in Paris. Like they were so supportive of one another.
We are the ones, the public, we're the ones missing out.
It's true, but also Brooklyn's missing out.
Of course. And I mean, I don't know if we would know because they feel like a much more private family, but is there any beef between the Peltzes and Brooklyn and Nicola?
I don't think so. Not that I think we would know, but I do feel like Nicola's with her family a lot.
Me too. Like,
and I think Nicola and Brooklyn are always together. So it's not like Nicola's with her family without Brooklyn.
No, and it's clear that Brooklyn has chosen his wife over his family, which in a really toxic in-law case, like that's what you hope for, right?
Right.
I don't know. I'm not happy about
Victoria,
it.
We also saw the Beckham documentary. Like you can't call them toxic. I'm not happy about it.
Agreed.
Like they're America's sweethearts and they're not even from here.
Agreed. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about any of this.
I'm really unhappy about it because I really like, I love both couples. Rising tides raise all shies.
If you had to choose a side here, knowing nothing about what actually is going on, just purely based on vibes, I'm going with the Beckhams.
David and Victoria, yeah.
Over the Peltz Beckhams.
But just know, like,
it's hard.
You're a close second.
It's kind of the definition of a Deandra's choice.
Yeah. So let's see what happens next. But to miss the 50th birthday, that's not like something, we'll make up tomorrow. Because if you were going to make up tomorrow, you would have just gone to the party and been like, we'll deal with it later.
Right. Like, it's something we can't work through. We're family.
No, it's catastrophic. It's category 5.
Yeah. And if any of these 2 younger brothers get married anytime soon, that will be like another big thing. Like, will they go?
They better.
They better.
Well, TBD. We'll keep you posted. Mm-hmm. Are you ready for our next story?
3? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because today's a big day. Diddy's sex trafficking trial begins today in New York City. Jury selection.
Oh, not the media burying this. I haven't seen it anywhere. I had no idea.
Jury selection begins this morning in one of the toughest jurisdictions in the nation.
I take it back. Yeah. Jury selection is not like the biggest news.
Yeah, it's not
ever.
like news coming out. However, if
I put on my tinfoil hat like a little too quickly.
Get called up to jury duty today, there's a good chance that you could be serving on this case.
Okay, I haven't gotten jury duty because I actually completed jury duty, even though I feel like it was almost 6 years ago. Like my time is coming. But let's say for argument's sake, like I got chosen. Obviously, this is something I would not try to get out of.
You would not get chosen because
you think I would because of my job?
There's a record of you talking about
having a strong opinion,
having strong opinions at length. But I also feel like there's a record of us. Well, you because you're the one. Changing our opinions about stuff.
No, and we are not unreasonable people. Like I think that if you were to watch our entire career, like in a movie, you would one of the feelings you would be left with is those are rational girls. Right, reason free from logic.
And the law is reason free from passion.
Oh, that's what I meant.
But we are passionate. Yeah. Therefore, maybe
I definitely wouldn't get chosen.
You would 1,000% not get chosen. They would say, "What do you do for work?" "I do a pop culture podcast." Goodbye.
Yeah, and then they don't like people, who are obviously media darlings like myself.
Oh yeah, darling.
Because they know I'd be speaking to the media after every day in court.
Yeah, so this is gonna
and by the media, I mean the toast.
This is gonna be tough, but you wouldn't be allowed to. So your work would suffer. It would just be awful.
So true.
This is going to be a tough jury selection to find people who are not biased. It's one of the most highly publicized cases in the country. Everybody knows Diddy. Everybody probably has an opinion. So this will take some time.
Where do you even begin? I guess you get like older women. Like I can only think of like a grandma. Like who wouldn't care about this?
Well, it's not even just about who doesn't care. I think they could also choose someone who might know Diddy, might have an opinion, but it's proven that they could be unbiased.
Right. Like in a traditional jury setting, if you've even heard of like, because it's not usually famous people. Let's say it's like usually like a boring case of like a landlord. If you've even heard of this landlord, any remote connection, you're automatically disqualified. They probably can't do that here because there are very few people on the planet, let alone in New York, like who haven't heard of Diddy. So they have to be a little bit more discerning about like just people's vibes.
I actually think, aside from the fact that I do this podcast, but like me as an individual and like the way I operate, I would be a very good jury member for this trial or any trial. But like I could completely become unbiased, like tabula rasa. I'm going to sit there. I'm not going to use anything that I've learned before this. And I could be swayed. Like look at me and Justin and Blake. Like, yes, I'm open-minded to being wrong.
But you know that like jury members of really high profile cases, like they're constantly getting reached out to, like almost there's a lot of jury tampering, bribery. Do you think you would be able to withstand all of that?
1,000%. No one could like I could.
Bribery?
Depends what they're offering.
Right.
But like I can't even think of a bribe that I would take. And if it's about money, then I would just wait till it's over and sell my story, write a book. I think I could wait. Like I actually think, I'm very desirable for a jury. Unfortunately, I'm very busy and I'm self-employed, and so I can't take that on. Sad state for civics, but maybe next time.
Getting selected on a jury for like a really, really high profile case is a perverted version of like a lottery ticket. A lot of people do like retire afterwards.
A blessing and a curse. No.
They said every single jury member after the O.J. Simpson trial wrote a book.
Yeah, but I think they're probably like had people, outside their house and it's a blessing and a curse.
Well, you can remain anonymous.
Just like a winning lottery ticket. Ever heard of the lottery curse?
Just like you think you would be a good jury member, I know I would be a good lottery winner.
I know
so give
you
it to
would
me.
too.
I wouldn't squander it. I would be. I mean, you guys know how
cheap.
Watch your mouth. You know how fiscally responsible I am. I went to the outlets again yesterday.
Right to the outlets. She would take her winnings, 1% of them.
Like I would buy a mansion, but like a mansion that was in foreclosure. I'd get it at auction. I know for a fact, like I would not fall into the lottery curse, and therefore that's why you should make me your next lottery winner.
I agree.
Yeah. And like if you won the lottery, I don't know if I would say the same for you. I could see you getting carried away.
The thing is, I would be a very prudent lottery winner and I would not fall prey to the curse. However, I'm not as cheap as you. So like you're an even or frugal or mindful. Let's say mindful.
Mindful. I love that. Fiscally financially mindful.
Like I'm actually a financially mindful person. However, compared to you, I'm off the rails.
So I actually wouldn't agree with the statement that said you are a financially mindful person. That's the only difference of opinion here.
Well,
now obviously you're not in debt, but no, I wouldn't say you're financially mindful.
I am very financially mindful. I am full of mind. I am compared to you.
No, I'm not saying compared to me. I'm saying in general, like the words financially mindful, they do not define
the general population of this country.
No, I'm just saying, like, for your situation, everybody's situation to finances.
You think I'm spending more, I'm living above my means. That's what you're saying.
No, I don't think you're living above your means, but I think you live well.
I think you live well, too.
Like, you do well.
Thus?
You live well.
Yeah.
But, like, I should be spending more on, like, big things,
Yeah. Yeah, but
I just love a deal. Yeah, right. Correct. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I would just buy that crib. And that's the difference between you and I. But I don't think that makes me like a financially mindless person.
It's kind of like the shopping cart theory, how they say like, you can really tell a lot by a person based on what they do with their shopping cart at the end of like a grocery in a parking lot.
Everyone know like that theory has absolutely ruined trips to the grocery store for me. Like I cannot think.
You feel like you're being watched?
Every time I return my I just whatever thought I was having, train of thought out the window. Every time I'm walking with my cart to put it away, I'm like, am I a good person?
Right.
And by the way, I always put it away. You guys know how I feel about this.
I think the test, like, are you financially mindful, is the crib.
So you think if I could get a free crib, but the one I want, I would have to pay for, and I can afford that one. If I buy the one that I want, I'm not financially mindful.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Because, let's say the one that you're being offered is premium as hell.
I just want to say, I disagree with you.
It's not like roach infested from the street. It's a brand new.
I just want to say, I disagree with you on that, but I understand that that's where you're coming. Like, I understand what you're saying, and I can happily agree to disagree.
Sound off in the comments. How are you faring in the crib test? Are you taking the free crib? Or are you getting the crib of your dreams?
Yeah, not of your dreams to mean it's like a couple G's. Like it's got crib price. Let's say.
Yeah, no, it's like $1,000. Cribs are $800. I was gonna say $1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You taking the free crib? Are you financially mindful? It's the crib test. I love that.
So back to Diddy.
Oh, right. Yeah. Lest we not forget.
Trial starts today. I'm sure we'll start to get news from this trial. And if you've been called up to jury duty in New York City and you are a swirly, definitely
get in contact.
No, don't get in contact. Stay open-minded. But justice must be served.
No, he did that shit. Like, no, I'm closed-minded here.
But justice must be served. That's what you say, Claudia. Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to justice being served. Have we told that story?
I don't know, but it's so funny.
It's so funny. When, like, what was it? 5 years ago, maybe more.
Everything for us happened in 2019.
We were in LA at Catch, And in the news was the Cuba Gooding Jr. trial. Like one of the women who he had assaulted, like actually called the police on him, and he was like going to court. And we were at Catch for dinner, and I got a text. They were like, TMZ is outside. They want to talk to you about Cuba Gooding Jr. Oh my God, we prepared so hard. We spent the whole meal like freaking. We were like, and Jackie gave me this zinger of a line. She was like, you don't want to look thirsty. And like, I obviously have a personal experience with Cuba Gooding Jr., so that's why they want to talk to me. But you want to come off, mature and like, so.
But you also want to give them a quote. Like,
Yeah. And I didn't know what to say. And Jackie just wrote this like action. It was like kind of a line. It was kind of a scene out of Veep where like, the speechwriter like gives you like this killer phrase. So I walk out and like the paparazzi's literally taking pictures of me and they're like, Claudia, how do you feel? And I turn around before I get in the car and I say, I'm very much looking forward to justice being served.
Shut the door.
The clip never made it on TMZ. I never saw the actual.
Didn't feel as like
they didn't think it was
empowered by
as
the statement
powerful
as we did.
But just know, whenever I'm like looking forward to justice being served, that's why.
Slay.
And if TMZ could find that video, like it would mean the world to me.
Slay.
Just to send it to me. You don't have to release it, obviously. It's 6
you
years old.
obviously
But,
don't want to.
You obviously like hated it for some reason.
You obviously like put out any footage you get of anyone, but just like couldn't be bothered to put that out.
But no, like the damsel in distress at Catch LA, like for some reason she doesn't get, send me the footage. I'll buy it off you. Like I want it.
Are you ready for our fourth story?
If it's our fourth story, that's brought to you by David Protein. Introducing David. Packed with 28 grams of protein and just 150 calories plus 0 sugar, David gives you everything you need without all the junk and the crap. This is 40% more protein and 57% fewer calories than the bars you've seen for years. It's truly the most efficient portable protein bar on the planet. That's kind of the give and take with protein bars. Like you want protein, you want to be full, but if you're being mindful of calories, like some of these protein bars are insane. Like, and they're not that filling, so they don't even have that much protein, but you're eating so many calories and they taste disgusting. Well, David has perfected like the trifecta. One, they're reasonable amounts of calories. What did I say? 150 calories. Packed with protein, 28 grams of protein, and they're so good. They just rolled out a new flavor. It's like a cinnamon roll. I have them in the studio. They're delicious.
My husband opened my box of them. He comes in the kitchen. Try this. You've got to try this. I'm like, I haven't even had a coffee yet.
No, it's like I invented David. Who are you?
No, literally. But I did try it. It was really good.
You probably recognize David. It's the iconic gold packaging. They've recently become available at bodegas and corner stores all around New York City and even at other retailers nationwide. You can find David in its iconic gold packaging all around New York City in just about any bodega or in many other retailers around the country. You can also buy it directly from their website at davidprotein.com/toast, which is what we've been doing because we buy so many and we have a great discount. So if you buy 4 cartons, you'll get the 5th for free. Visit a store near you or go to davidprotein.com/toast to get yours today. That's davidprotein.com/TOAST to get yours today. Today's episode is also brought to you by OpenPhone. If you're running a business, you know that every time you miss a call, you're leaving money on the table. When every customer conversation matters, you need a phone system that keeps up and helps you stay connected. That's why you need OpenPhone. OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system. It streamlines and scales your customer communications. So it works through an app on your phone or your computer, so no more carrying 2 phones or using a godforsaken landline. With OpenPhone, your team can share one number and collaborate on customer calls and texts like a shared inbox. That way, any teammate can pick up right where the last person left off. It'll keep your response time faster and your customers super happy. Plus, with AI-powered call transcripts and summaries, you'll be able to automate follow-ups, so it'll ensure that you never miss a customer interaction ever again. Whether you're a one-person operation and you're just drowning in calls and texts, or you have a large team but you just need better collaboration tools, OpenPhone is a no-brainer. So see why over 50,000 businesses trust OpenPhone to manage their business calls and texts. I feel like this is really great if you're starting out like a small business of your own and you don't want to be giving out like your personal phone number. It just gets like so complicated. OpenPhone is also offering the Toast listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/toast. That's OPENPHONE.com/toast. And if you have existing phone numbers with a different service, OpenPhone will port them over for you at no additional charge. So that's openphone.com/toast, openphone.com/TOAST, OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Today's episode is also brought to you by Armra Colostrum, a proprietary premium bovine colostrum concentrate that leverages proprietary cold chain biopatent pasteurization technology to preserve colostrum's over 400 bioactive nutrients. So if you're always on the lookout for ways to strengthen your immunity, your gut health, if you're looking to improve your fitness, you're getting into like a really good workout routine, or maybe trying to work on your metabolism, your gonna want to listen up. Armra is that bitch. So you've all heard about Armra colostrum by now. I actually saw a commercial on TV for it yesterday, Slay. It's kind of one of the best kept secrets in the industry, and there's so many added benefits to adding Armra into your morning routine. So it can strengthen your immunity, it can fortify your gut health, it can ignite your metabolism, it can vitalize hair growth, which is kind of huge. It enhances your skin radiance, and it fuels your performance and recovery. So I know a lot of people get into Armra after they have a baby for like hair and skin. A lot of people do it when they're like training because of the metabolic benefits, but also because of the performance and recovery. It's great for you if you're like working out a lot, great for muscle recovery. It's just a great thing to have in your daily routine. It's super easy. And we've worked out a special offer for the toasters to receive 15% off their order. Only when you go to tryarmra.com/toast or enter code TOAST to get 15% off your first order. The website is tryarmra, tryarmra.com/toast, tryarmra.com/TOAST, or you could also just enter our code TOAST on their website to get 15% off your first order. That's tryarmra.com/toast.
Thank you, /turt.
You're welcome.
Our fourth story. Lady Gaga has broken the record for highest attended concert by a female artist in history, which was previously held by Madonna. Lady Gaga drew an estimated crowd of 2.5 million people to her free concert at Rio de Janeiro's Copacabana Beach on May 3rd. The record was...
No, this honestly looked sick.
Yeah, it did. The record was previously held by Madonna, who drew a crowd of 1.6 million fans to a free concert at Copacabana Beach in May 2024.
Oh, so this is like a place.
I think it's like it is like a storied beach, but it must be like massive where you can have huge concerts and just be set up in that way.
How many did Madonna have?
1.6. Lady Gaga had 2.5. Oh. Both were free.
I love that.
Yeah, love.
And I like, first of all, I saw the concert and I was like, oh, good. Like, you obviously worked so hard on a Coachella set and then like you're not supposed to do it again. So like, I love that she's just like taking it around the globe. Like, you worked hard.
Like to break a record, even though it's free.
You have the choreography, like pop off. And I'm sure she got paid like in some way, like the tourism board of Brazil, perhaps, something. Yeah, like there's nobody just, and who's paid for the stage and the lights, you know? Like, so there's a sponsor.
Plus like Copacabana is definitely making money on drinks and food.
Yeah. But I saw lots of videos, of people like all over the beach, like even way in the back. It just looked so fun, like pargy, like a Lady Gaga concert on the beach. And then I saw something so funny. It's like, imagine you wait all day, like you want to get barricade, which means like you're in the front row. And then like the concert's over and you have to wait for 2.5 million people to leave just so you can exit. I'm sure they had like a more organized way of leaving, but I do wonder what it was like to get home.
Seriously insane. There was also a bomb threat at the concert. Did you see this?
No, I was going to say, I feel like this couldn't happen in America. Like, people are just so crazy. Like, 2.5 million people in one setting. Like, I just could see going so wrong.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they have, like, insane security. 2 people were arrested in connection with an alleged plot to set off explosives at the concert.
Like, imagine being such a fucking loser. Like, sorry, it couldn't be me.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredibly losery, amongst other things. Lady Gaga apparently found out about that from the media reports. She didn't even know about it.
Before the concert or after? Because that's so scary before.
After, I believe.
And I don't, has she announced it yet? Like, but she is going on a tour for this album, right? This is obviously like a lead up.
She has not announced it as far as I know. But she
this
obviously
has all
will.
been such great promo. Like, all the clips I saw from Coachella, this concert, it's been such great promo. We were saying how like, you do a show, and whether you're already on tour or you're announcing a tour, and the clips that come out on social media, like, literally are the most effective way of like getting people to buy tickets. And like, I'm going to Mayhem. Like, it looks so good.
Yeah. Of course, Katy Perry comes to mind. Like, those are like negative clips. I've been seeing a lot more Beyonce clips, mostly the ones with her family, because she brought out her mom, and Blue Ivy is like a dancer on the show now, and Rumi. And so every time like she has those moments, it makes news, which I think has been positive for the show. I think it's helping ticket sales. Like, I think that's kind of a part of the touring thing now. Like, you sort of have to wait for your videos to go viral. You know whose tour I think sales. Is like really making her career? Sabrina. Of course, but no. No, but like Sabrina's is the definite, like it's such viral moments. It's true. No, Meghan Trainor. I have not seen a singular clip. That's crazy. I don't follow her. I just like, I'm always seeing, maybe it's like her own clips, but I just feel like I see her so much more because she's on tour. Oh, so she just put out a song with Mimi Webb. That is so good. It wasn't on my release radar, and I just want to talk to someone. No, like they're being censored on Spotify. That's disgusting. Like, why would Mimi Webb not be on my release radar? I don't know, but I want to say, as somebody who's like very active on social media and like pop swirlies,
I didn't even know Meghan Trainor. So like you're obviously like, you're in a Meghan Trainor algorithm.
I guess I am, but like I don't even like follow her. I'd never have a thought. You see, like she's a TikTok girl, whatever, with all her TikTok
I feel like
songs.
you actually like in like recent years have kind of become like a big fan.
Bigger
her music is so you.
Bigger than I was.
Her music is also super family friendly because like she doesn't curse or anything, and like the beats are very like kids become obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So I feel like people who have kids like are always playing. It's like a safe thing to play.
Oh, that's funny. And probably true. I put on Bang Bang like on the Sonos yesterday. And then then Bang Bang Radio came on. It was like, oh, Nicki Minaj. We're like cooking and every other word is ever. And I'm like,
that's so funny.
I couldn't, my head rummied on my hands. I couldn't get to my phone fast enough.
That's why Meghan Trainor's safe.
I need to do Meghan Trainor Radio.
Yeah. And like, I feel like people make fun of her because she makes like TikTok music, but that's like stimulating for kids. It's kind of like kids entertainment.
Yeah. Nothing will be Apata. Nothing will ever be
Apata. Yeah, 100%. But in terms of like people whose concerts get like made, I think now it's you when you design a concert and you plan a tour, you plan like a viral moment. Like for Sabrina, it was the Juno position. Have you ever tried this one? And they're like, what did she do in Stockholm? Oh, she got Eiffel Towered in Paris. Like, and then I was telling you about Sally.
Yeah, you told me about Sally.
So everybody, I think, with Taylor, it was definitely like the big surprise song.
I mean, it was
like
Taylor was
of course, but every show was the same. So you would tune in every night though to be like, what's the big one?
Yeah,
and it's really smart with Beyonce and Renaissance. She did, and the crowd, everybody go mute, and she tried to get the whole arena to be dead silent. And for the most part, it worked. And so you would see like, wait, were they quiet in Atlanta tonight? So it's like a gimmicky type of thing. Even though I haven't seen that from Lady Gaga, it just looks like a really good concert that encompasses like a huge, not just her new album, like her entire discography.
Yeah. Yeah. It will definitely be good on tour. Might check it out.
It's kind of how when everybody like was freaking out wanting to know what the Toast surprise songs were going to be at our
yeah, we definitely
live
gave
shows.
them a moment, you know, that
and
everyone
because
would
we're
be
just part of like
about.
the marketing machine.
It's true, but that just happened so organically.
Organically, yeah.
I gave you space for that.
You, Jackie, you lobbed it for me. Whatever they say, like, what is it? A lob, like lobbed and dunked.
Yeah. And alley oop.
Alley oop.
Brunson Boys.
Brunson Boys. That clip of us talking about the Brunson Boys like did make it to the Brunson Boys themselves. They weren't happy.
No,
they loved being talked about.
Can you text me which boys are the Brunson Boys? Of
Sure.
Ben's friends?
You know them. They're like his friends from high school.
Yeah, but I just want to know which ones are Brunsons.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely. It's like 4 people.
Including Ben?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay. Mama boy.
It's like Ben's 3 best friends from high school.
Like, not that it would even matter to you guys who these people are. Okay, cool. It's just like you're not going to put them on blast. They already, like, their group chat was on blast. They've been through enough, those Brunson boys.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our 5th and final story?
Oh, bidding is such sweet sorrow.
This is actually a really sweet story that I hadn't heard until this morning, but Connie Britton is launching a new show, and it's basically Queer Eye for single moms.
I saw a commercial for it because I am a boomer who watches American Idol.
Connie Britton's new reality show, The Motherhood, can best be described as Queer Eye for single mothers. She said that could be a very helpful, concise description of the show, and both shows are helmed by the same company, Scout Productions.
Oh, so it really is.
So, yeah, she said, I thought that was such a great formula for the story I wanted to tell, and they are truly the reason why the show is as wonderful as it is. She admitted she doesn't watch a lot of reality TV, but she does like Queer Eye, which sees 5 experts give people makeovers because there was something about it that resonated with me, and I want that from entertainment. The Motherhood follows a different single mom each episode, together with 3 experts dubbed the Neighborhood Ladies. Connie chats with the moms about their individual challenges and helps them come up with a support plan.
Do we know who the experts are? Are they like famous people?
I'm looking at a group of women who are the experts, and I do not recognize any of them at first glance.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I wouldn't know their names, but I don't recognize them.
But we didn't know the Queer Eye guys. We know them now.
Right.
They were all just like successful
experts in their
hairstylists. Right.
Yeah. So I think that that's totally fine. There's probably a stylist here, a therapist.
It's giving a combination because is it on ABC?
I don't know. She was talking to Hallmark.
I saw a commercial for it on ABC. It's just giving like a like boomer Queer Eye, like combo of Queer Eye, but also like Extreme Makeover Home Edition, you know?
Plus a bit of Hallmark. So it's going to be...
I love this, by the way. Like, you know, there are certain people in our communities who need to be lifted up, and single mothers are definitely one of them. I was actually thinking about single mothers yesterday because Ben and I were just like having a reflective moment over dinner. You know, we're almost at the end of this journey. And he was like, you know, I look at other people now, like, he was kind of being like judgmental, but just wait. No, he was like other husbands, like, and like, it just makes me sad. Like, that they like their lives don't change until the baby comes. And it's like the woman's really like sometimes like on her own, like being pregnant, like making herself dinner, just like little things like that she shouldn't be doing. And I'm like 100%, like I'm so lucky. And then I was like, and I also think about the people who don't have partners who go at it alone. Like I've been so supported by Ben. Oh my God, that makes me so, and I don't even have a baby yet.
Like, yeah, and it's like, that's a just wait till the baby comes because it's really a 2-person job.
1000%. And so single moms are like seriously the unsung heroes of this society, and it's about time they got their own fucking TV show.
Yeah, and support.
And like, they couldn't have chosen a better person at the helm than Miss Connie Britton.
Both like meaningful support, because she said she was inspired to do a show like this when she moved to Nashville to shoot Nashville because she had just adopted her son Yobi from Ethiopia. She said, I became a mom and then immediately moved to Nashville to shoot the show. I didn't have any support system there at all. So it's about like providing support to single mothers and then also hopefully like parginess and fabulosity.
Of course, like, you know, enhancing their life aesthetically.
Right. She said that the show was highly emotional. She said, I defy anyone to get through an episode without laughing or crying because I believe those things are essential to capture who we are as human beings and also capturing our stories and our unity.
No, this is mad cute. Like, literally love it. Sign me up to watch it.
Yeah, I will totally watch it. I will totally cry.
Yeah, and I just love Connie Britton.
Yeah, and it's very unexpected. So she obviously must feel very passionate about this. It's not like, oh, the obvious next step for Connie is to host a reality show about single mothers.
And I don't think that she is also like desperate for work. I think she actually is like quite an in-demand working actress. So if she wanted like a new show to be on and make a lot of money, she could.
Yeah.
So this is passion project for sure. We'd love to see women out here doing their passions.
I mean, ain't that the truth? Look at us.
Look at passion. Us. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's beautiful, Jackie.
Well, those are the Fast Five stories.
Those are good. I enjoyed them. And... you know, I try not to check my phone during the show because like then I'll just get like lost.
Yeah.
And I checked and I had like so many text messages.
I saw
like,
you getting distracted.
I know. I checked
after
what did
I
open
about
my
Brunson
phone for?
Boys, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, fuck the Brunson Boys.
You made me open my texts, and it's so addictive. So I just saw, I'm like, not me having like multiple texts, like threads popping off. Like some days I like wrap the show and I have seriously not even one text message. I'm like, wow, I'm a huge loser. Today I'm like kind of in demand.
Are you ready to go see who wants you?
Yeah, we have a group chat from somebody we haven't spoken to in so long.
Yeah. I caught up on the first ad break. Yeah, because I'm able to glance during the ads. You don't have the same luxury while I read the stories because you have to pay attention.
Correct. I mean, you could pay attention to the ads, our beautiful sponsors.
One, you do not let me chime in because I'm way too long.
You could pay attention.
I'm too passionate. And every time you throw to me, I am ready. Yeah,
it's true.
I never once dropped the ball in the throw.
I thought you were going to drop the ball today, actually, during it's lowest price tickets. It's what, Jackie? Guaranteed. I thought she sure wasn't listening.
I'm always listening. So I feel like I've earned the right to glance.
To check your phone.
Just to glance, make sure everything's okay.
And it's toast at a glance.
It's always toast at a glance.
That's our show, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to The Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we deliver the fast stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as podcasts and our podcasts can be found on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iRadio, Castbox, all the places where visit a podcast, find us a Toast, leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and wickedly talented we are.
Love ya. Bye.